The fight is inside you when you step into the gym, when you lace up your shoes for a run, when you grip the barbell. Understand this. The real battle is not with the weights, not with the treadmill, not with the machines. The real fight is inside you. It's in your head, it's in your heart, it's in the voice that whispers, "I can't, I'm tired, I'll stop tomorrow." That's the true enemy. Every single day you wake up with two choices: to surrender to comfort or to fight for progress. The weights are silent, but your inner voice is loud, and that voice will always try to negotiate with you. It will tell you that you've done enough, that skipping today won't hurt, that you deserve a break. But here's the truth. Comfort has never built strength, and excuses have never built champions. Think about it. The treadmill doesn't care how tired you are. It doesn't care about your bad day. The weights won't lighten up for your excuses. The iron doesn't lie, it reveals. It reveals your discipline, your consistency, your willpower. If you quit halfway, the barbell will not move for you. If you decide to fight, the barbell will reward you with growth. The real warriors are not the ones who feel like training every day. No, the warriors are the ones who show up even when they don't want to. They silence the voice of weakness, and they command their body to keep going. They fight inside before they fight outside. Let me tell you something powerful. Every time you push through that inner resistance, you win a battle that nobody else can see. You prove to yourself that you are stronger than your doubts, tougher than your fears, and more relentless than your excuses. That's what transforms you, not just physically, but mentally. When the bar feels heavy, when your muscles shake, when sweat blinds your eyes, that's the moment you discover who you really are. The fight isn't to lift the weight. The fight is to not put it down when everything inside you wants to quit. That's the fight that counts. You see, life and fitness are mirrors of each other. In both, you will face resistance. In both, you will face failure. In both, you will hear that voice telling you to stop. But in both, you must fight, because the person who learns to win the inner fight, the fight against laziness, doubt, and weakness, becomes unstoppable not just in the gym, but in life. So when you step into the gym tomorrow, don't just prepare your body. Prepare your mind. Know that you are walking into a battlefield where your greatest opponent is yourself. Stand tall, tighten your fists, and fight with everything you have inside, because the fight is not against the weight, it's against quitting. And if you win that fight, nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you. Pain is the path to growth. Most people run away from pain. They see pain as punishment, as something to avoid, something that signals weakness. But in fitness and in life, pain is not your enemy. Pain is your teacher. Pain is the path that leads to growth. Think about it. When you train, what happens? Your muscles tear, your lungs burn, your body shakes. That is pain, but that pain is not destroying you. It's rebuilding you. It's sculpting you into something stronger, faster, harder to break. Without that pain, there is no progress. Without that discomfort, there is no change. Too many people want the result without the struggle. They want the body without the grind, the strength without the sacrifice, the muscle without the soreness. But the truth is, you cannot cheat growth. You cannot bypass struggle. Every rep you complete under pain is an investment in the future version of yourself. Every drop of sweat is a deposit into the bank of greatness. Understand this. Pain is temporary, but growth is permanent. That burning sensation in your legs when you push through squats, that doesn't last forever, but the strength you build because of it, that stays. The soreness in your chest after a brutal bench press session, that fades, but the muscle you gain from it, that remains. Pain will leave, but the progress it creates will stay with you for life. The difference between champions and quitters is simple. Champions embrace pain, quitters avoid it. Champions lean into the discomfort because they know the reward is on the other side. Quitters step back, looking for shortcuts, and wonder why nothing changes. If you want to transform, you cannot be afraid of the grind. You must welcome it. The gym is the greatest teacher of this truth. It shows you that every rep beyond comfort is a victory. Every extra second you hold that plank is proof of your growth. Every time you keep going when your body screams stop, you are rewriting your limits. That is growth, but let me tell you, this pain is not just physical, it's mental. Waking up early when you want to sleep, that's pain. Saying no to junk food when cravings attack, that's pain. Staying consistent when motivation disappears, that's pain. And all of it is necessary. Every small moment of discomfort adds up. Every disciplined choice builds your armor. Every sacrifice sharpens your edge. You must shift your relationship with pain. Stop seeing it as a punishment and start seeing it as a privilege. Because pain is the proof that you're alive, the proof that you're working, the proof that you're changing. If you're not feeling pain, you're not pushing yourself. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. Ask yourself this: would you rather feel the pain of discipline today or the pain of regret tomorrow? The pain of discipline is heavy, yes. It requires effort, sacrifice, and sweat. But the pain of regret, that's unbearable. That's looking in the mirror knowing you gave up on yourself. That's wishing you had pushed harder, wishing you had been stronger, wishing you hadn't quit. Choose your pain wisely. So the next time you're training and your muscles ache, your lungs burn, and your body wants to quit, smile. Because that pain is not there to stop you. It's there to guide you. It's showing you that you're on the right path. It's telling you that growth is happening. Embrace it, welcome it, use it. Remember this: champions are not built in comfort. They are forged in pain. Every scar, every sore muscle, every drop of sweat is proof that you're still in the fight. Pain is not your enemy. It is your greatest ally. And if you can learn to love it, nothing will ever stop your growth. Discipline is greater than motivation. Motivation is great, but it is not enough. Motivation is like a spark. It gets you started, but it burns out fast. Discipline is the fuel that keeps the fire alive when the spark disappears. In fitness, discipline is everything. Without it, you will never see results, no matter how motivated you feel in the moment. Think about it. How many times have you felt motivated to start a workout program, to commit to eating healthy, to transform your body? At first, you're on fire. You're excited, you're pumped, you're ready to conquer. But what happens 2 weeks later? The excitement fades, the soreness builds, life gets busy, motivation disappears, and if you don't have discipline, you quit. Discipline is what carries you when motivation is gone. Discipline is waking up at 5 a.m. when you don't feel like it. Discipline is hitting the gym when your body says, stay home. Discipline is eating clean when cravings scream for junk food. Discipline is not about feelings. It's about commitment. Motivation says, I'll do it when I feel like it. Discipline says, I'll do it no matter how I feel. And that is the difference between winners and losers. Winners don't rely on moods. They rely on discipline. Losers wait for the perfect moment. Winners create the moment through consistency. In the gym, discipline looks like finishing every rep, even when your arms are shaking. It looks like showing up on days when you're tired, stressed, or unmotivated. It looks like sticking to the program, not skipping workouts, and following through even when progress feels slow. And here's the truth: discipline doesn't just build your body, it builds your character. Every time you force yourself to do the work, you strengthen not just your muscles but your mind. You prove to yourself that you can be trusted, that you are reliable, that you do what you say you'll do. That kind of self-respect is priceless. Too many people worship motivation like it's magic. They say, I just need to feel inspired, but that's a trap. If you wait for inspiration, you'll never be consistent. The truth is, even the best athletes, the strongest lifters, the fittest people on earth, they don't feel motivated every day. They don't always love the grind, but they do it anyway. Why? Because they're disciplined. Discipline is freedom. It frees you from regret. It frees you from excuses. It frees you from weakness, because when you're disciplined, you don't rely on luck, mood, or chance. You rely on action. You take control of your fitness, your body, and your life. Let me make it clear: the body you want, the strength you crave, the confidence you dream of, It will not come from occasional motivation. It will only come from daily discipline, from showing up every day, whether you feel like it or not. From doing the work consistently, without excuses. So here's your challenge. Stop chasing motivation and start building discipline. Create habits that become non-negotiable. Put your workouts in your schedule and treat them like important meetings. Prepare your meals in advance so you don't leave room for excuses. Train your mind to understand that feelings don't matter, actions do. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you build momentum. Every disciplined choice becomes a brick in the foundation of your greatness, and over time, that foundation becomes unshakable. So remember this: motivation will get you started, but discipline will keep you going. Motivation may fade, but discipline will carry you through storms. If you want to transform your body, your health, and your life, don't depend on fleeting emotions. Build unbreakable discipline, and you will achieve what motivation alone never could. Excuses will destroy you. Excuses are the chains that keep people trapped in the same weak body, the same unfulfilled life, year after year. Excuses sound smart, they sound reasonable, they even sound comforting, but they destroy progress. If you want to build strength, transform your body, and unleash your full potential, you have to kill excuses before they kill your dreams. Let's be real. Everyone has an excuse. I don't have time. I'm too tired. My genetics aren't good. I'll start Monday. These excuses feel safe, but they are lies. Lies you tell yourself to justify staying the same. And every time you let those lies win, you steal from your future. You rob yourself of the stronger, fitter, healthier version of you that is waiting to be built. Excuses don't burn calories. Excuses don't build muscle. Excuses don't make you faster, stronger, or leaner. Only action does that. Every time you choose an excuse over action, you're choosing weakness over strength. And the more you choose weakness, the more powerless you become. Think about it. The gym doesn't care about your excuses. The weights don't care that you're tired. The treadmill doesn't care that you had a long day. The barbell doesn't care if you had a tough week. The only thing that matters is whether you show up and put in the work. That's the brutal truth. Your body only responds to effort, not excuses. You can't talk your way into fitness. You can't complain your way into strength. You can't blame your way into progress. The only way to transform is to act, to shut down every excuse and replace it with execution. Excuses often sound like logic, but they are poison. I don't have time really means I don't value it enough. The truth is, if something is important to you, you will find a way. You'll wake up earlier, you'll stay up later, you'll sacrifice comfort for progress. Excuses are just a way of admitting you're choosing something else over your goals. The difference between success and failure is simple. Winners find a way, losers find an excuse. Winners look for opportunities, losers look for obstacles. Winners say, I'll figure it out. Losers say, I can't because. In fitness, excuses are the number one killer of progress. How many people start strong in January but quit by February? Not because they're weak physically, but because they allow excuses to take over. It's too cold. It's too busy. I'll restart later. Months go by, years go by, and they're still stuck in the same place, all because they let excuses control them. But you're not here to live in excuses. You're here to rise above them. You're here to take control. You're here to become the version of yourself that does not bend to weakness. Here's the truth. When you cut out excuses, you take back power. You start to realize you're in control. You realize that progress is always possible if you're willing to put in the work. You realize that every excuse is a door to failure and every action is a step toward victory. So here's your challenge. The next time an excuse enters your mind, destroy it instantly. Replace I don't have time with I'll make time. Replace I'm tired with I'll show myself I can. Replace I can't with I will. Excuses are easy, action is hard, but action is what builds the body, the mind, and the life you want. Stop feeding excuses. Stop giving them power. Start feeding discipline. Start giving power to action, because here's the bottom line. Excuses will destroy you if you let them. But if you choose to reject excuses and take action every single day, you'll build strength not just in your muscles, but in your spirit. You'll become unstoppable. Pain is a signal of growth. Most people run from pain. They avoid it, fear it, and see it as something to escape. But in fitness, pain is not the enemy. It's the signal that you are growing, breaking limits, and stepping into a stronger version of yourself. Pain is the language of progress, the proof that you are pushing beyond comfort and into greatness. When you lift a heavy weight and your muscles burn, that burn is not weakness, it's growth. When your lungs are on fire during that last sprint, that struggle is not punishment, it's transformation. When you wake up sore the next day, that soreness is not a sign to quit. It's evidence that you put in work, that you invested in yourself, that you are becoming more. Pain is the price of strength. You cannot build muscle without breaking down the fibers. You cannot build endurance without testing your lungs. You cannot build toughness without challenging your mind. Pain is the teacher, and the lesson is simple. Nothing worthwhile comes without sacrifice. But here's the difference between winners and quitters. Quitters feel pain and run. Winners feel pain and embrace it. Quitters see pain as the end. Winners see pain as the beginning. Quitters let pain control them. Winners use pain to fuel them. When you step into the gym, you have to rewire your relationship with pain. Instead of fearing it, welcome it. Instead of avoiding it, chase it. Every rep that hurts, every run that feels impossible, every workout that leaves you drenched in sweat, that's where the growth happens. Comfort zones don't build champions, pain zones do. Think about it like this. When you're training, the moment it gets painful is the moment most people stop. That's the moment average people quit. But if you push past that point, if you keep going when everything in your body screams to stop, you separate yourself, that's when the transformation begins. That's when strength is born. Pain doesn't just build your body, it builds your mind. Every time you endure discomfort, you're training your brain to be tougher. You're teaching yourself that you can handle more than you thought. And that mental toughness doesn't just carry over into the gym, it carries over into life. When life hits you hard, the same mindset that helped you push through that brutal workout will help you push through those challenges. The truth is, pain is temporary. It comes and goes, but the strength, the results, the transformation that pain creates, that lasts forever. You might hurt for a day, a week, even a month, but you'll look back and realize the pain was worth it because it created a version of you that you never thought possible. Don't get it twisted. Pain isn't about injury, it's about intensity. Injury means stop. Pain means grow. Know the difference, but never confuse discomfort with danger. Most people stop not because they're injured, but because they're uncomfortable, and comfort is the killer of progress. Next time you're in the gym and it starts to hurt, don't stop. Don't back down, smile at it, embrace it, tell yourself this is where the change happens. This is the signal that I'm getting stronger. The more you lean into that pain, the more unstoppable you become. Here's the mindset shift. Don't say, I have to go through pain. Say, I get to go through pain. Because pain means you're alive, you're fighting, you're growing. It means you're not settling for average. You're chasing greatness. Remember this, the body you want, the strength you crave, the discipline you dream of, it's all waiting for you on the other side of pain. If you run from it, you'll never find it. But if you face it, embrace it, and push through it, you'll discover what true power feels like. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your guide. Follow it, and it will lead you to the strongest version of yourself. Conclusion: at the end of the day, it all comes down to one choice. Will you give up or will you rise? The weights won't lift themselves. The miles won't run themselves. The results won't appear out of thin air. It's on you, your body, your discipline, your effort. No one else can do this for you. Yes, it's going to hurt. Yes, there will be days when you don't feel like showing up. Yes, there will be times when the voice in your head screams, quit. But that's the exact moment you need to dig deeper. That's the moment champions are built. Not when it's easy, but when it's hard. Never forget, pain is temporary, excuses are forever, but strength is eternal. Every drop of sweat, every ounce of effort, every moment you refuse to quit, that's what shapes the strongest version of you. So stand tall, lock in, and push forward. You have more inside you than you could ever imagine. Don't run from the struggle. Embrace it. Don't wait for motivation. Create it, and above all else, never, but never give up.